Hello everybody and welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, welcome for the first time. I hope you are going to enjoy what I create today. We're going to start by maybe just taking a few cleansing breaths and exhaling and sighing the whatever's gone on today away, and then we'll get into a bit of wrist warm up and then we'll get moving and strengthening our bodies. So maybe just close down the eyes, take a nice big inhale, pause at the top for a couple of seconds, and then sigh it out. One more. Open up the eyes and let's warm up the wrists. We're going to start by having your knuckles on the ground, so sort of coming up onto the fists, and we're just going to roll over the fists, trying to keep your elbows straight. If that's not the case, that's perfectly fine. Bent is fine as well if that's where you need to be. Opening up the hands, closing the hands, rolling back onto the knuckles. And we'll just go for 5 more. Opening up the hands, fanning the fingers out, rolling them back. This is a great strength exercise, and it's also a great way of also loosening up the wrists at the same time. So just move at your own pace. I think I've got 3 more to go. Open up the hands, close the hands, clench your fist, roll back onto the knuckles. We'll go for 1 more. From there, we'll just have the fingertips facing away from you. Either side, eyes at the elbows forward, and just gently rock from side to side. Trying to keep the pressure between the index finger and the thumb. Just walking them out. Loosening them up before we start utilizing them. It's always a great thing to do, as the wrists do become quite stiff over time, and you forget how quickly or how much you use them. So come back onto the toes, shake out the wrists, open and close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into your first downward facing dog. Push the hips up and back. Slight bend in your knees if you need it. Straighten the legs if you need that too. Take a few little bounces. And from here, we're going to inhale, roll forward into plank. From plank, you may want to have the feet slightly wider apart. We're just going to sink the hips, keep pushing into the ground, squeeze the glutes, pull the shoulders through, stay on the tiptoes for a tiptoe upward facing dog. As you exhale, we're going to come into a tiptoed low plank, push up to plank, come back to upward facing dog on the tiptoes, low plank, high plank, up dog, low plank, high plank. Keep pushing into the hands. Inhale, chest through for up dog. Exhale, low plank, push up, plank. All on the tiptoes. Sink the hips, squeeze the glutes, chest through, shoulders down. Low plank, keep the engagement. Squeeze and push into the ground. We'll go for 1 more. Sink the hips. Up dog. Low plank, push up, plank pose on the tiptoes, and we're going to roll back into a downward facing dog. I'm going to raise the left leg up and back this time, so you'll see me a little bit easier. I can command when we come through. We're going to bring that over to the opposite elbow, up nice and high, stick the leg through, open up the chest, pivot the back foot down on the ground, and extend your right arm up to the sky for starfish pose. You can have the right arm overhead if you choose. In fact, we're all going to take that option because we're going to come up onto the tiptoes of the right foot and create a nice solid foundation with the left hand, left foot. We're going to bring that knee into the chest and step it to the top of the mat, facing away from you, rising up into warrior three. Create a nice foundation, arms where you need to have them, and we're just going to bend into that front knee, pop back up for warrior three squats. Breathe through it, concentrate, one point of focus. Try not to let your knee cave in. 5, 6, 7, any micro movements that you make to keep your balance is fine. There's 10, pop back up, stick the left knee to the outside of your right calf, lower down as low as you can for curtsy squat. You can place the hands on the ground if you choose to. You can have them off to challenge the balance. I'm just going to hold here for a brief second. And then we're going to place that foot to the ground, pivot to the top of the mat, and take a nice forward fold to stretch out the right side of the glute. As you inhale, come up for halfway lift, and step back, downward facing dog. Nice and easy. Right leg up and back, shift forward, bring that right knee to left tricep, step it through, pivot onto the inside of your left foot, stick the left hand up to the sky, shoulders stacked over the right hand. Create a solid foundation with the right foot, the right hand. Bring the left arm up overhead, come onto the tiptoes of your left foot, and then shift the weight forward, stepping over the hand, rising up into your warrior three. Nice and steady, create a nice foundation, and we'll start doing those warrior three squats. Have your hands where you need them. Four, 5, 6, again, don't let that knee collapse in. 7, 8, 9, 10, hop up, place that right knee to the outside of the left calf, hold in that curtsy squat. Again, you can have the hands down to the ground, and we're just working on the outside of that left glute. From there, place the left foot down next to the right, and you've got outside of foot to outside of foot, just next to each other. Take a nice forward fold. On your inhale, halfway lift, and as you exhale, place the hands down and just step back to downward facing dog. From here, we're going to step in between the hands, pivot the feet to run parallel with the mat, and you want to have the feet slightly in, heels slightly out, and we're just going to take an inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, nice forward fold. And we're just going to relax out here, working on the inside of the legs, the hamstrings, just stretching them all out. It's a nice fast-paced class today, quite a quick flow, which is always nice to include on those days where you have even less time than normal. Busy lives. But you're here, finding your moment to move, which is great. From here, halfway lift, heel toe the feet in, and we're just gently going to come down onto our backs, slowly lowering down, and then place the hands to the heels of the feet, sort of just so you can touch them, and we're going to inhale, scoop the hips up, and lower back down. Inhale up, exhale down. 2, 3, 4, we hold on 5, 5. You begin to shrug the shoulders underneath, and you can clasp your hands, then go ahead and do so. Keep pushing into the ground with your heels. Make sure there's a little room between your chin and your chest. Push your hips to the sky, engaging the back body. From here we'll slowly lower down. Place your heels up towards the sky. Let the blood drain out of your feet for a brief second. And from here we're going to place the heels towards each other and let your knees splay wide open. And we're just going to lay down in reclined butterfly pose. You can close down the eyes. And this is where we'll finish class today. Stay here as long as you want. If you'd like to extend your feet out and take a well-deserved corpse pose, you can do that too. And if you picked this class because you're short on time, you can turn off the video and get on with the rest of your day. But before you do, please hit that like button, leave a comment in the section below, maybe hit that subscribe button. And thank you for taking that moment to move. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.